What's going on, everyone? We're back at the shop again today. There's my wife over there. Today we have a simple but beautiful color to do. We did this bike about, I don't know, I'd say a year ago, and he ended up getting new saddlebags for it. And got this part peeled off because he was changing out his radio and the screws lifted the wrap up. We went ahead and got everything pre-dipped, got the gun cleaned out. What we're gonna start off with is a typical black base and get it completely installed before we start with the next color. So let's go ahead and get that. All right, let's go ahead and get this mixed up, fill up the gun, and get this black base put down. Well, gun's loaded, time to start spraying. So now that we got the first coat laid down, we're gonna let that dry and go ahead and finish off the black base. Once we get that done, we'll get back to you. So we got all the matte black laid down. Our next step is take this shadow black, which is actually a satin black, and we're going to mix RL71 Alien Pearls into it. RL71 is, I believe, a white base pearl, but what we're doing here is making cosmic black. So it's going to be a black, I guess like a black, I don't know what you call it, just a black color with a purple, green, and blue color shift in it.
It's got sparkles.
Yeah, lots and lots of sparkles. So let's go ahead and get this mixed up. Where's the pearls at? I think they're in here.
Mm-hmm.
They're in one of these. I think that's Tuesday. Oops. So, white base pearl, RL71. Once you touch a bag, it gets everywhere. Feel sorry for the people at DYC. This shit's just flying around everywhere. It's
flying in the air.
Yeah, that's great. So, you pour it in. Go ahead and start mixing. And there you go. There's Cosmic Black. So we'll go ahead and get the gun filled up and we'll start spraying it. Well, we got those final coats of the Cosmic Black laid down. As you can see, a little bit of sparkle in there. Very beautiful. The next step is to let this sit and dry for an hour before we apply the dip armor. Dip armor is a 4-part mixture. It sprays differently from regular plastic dip. Once we get that sprayed and dried, what it's going to do is basically be a clear coat, a fuel resistant, stain resistant, scratch resistant cover, or basically an armor, hence the name dip armor, for dip. So here's an update. The parts have been sitting for an hour, completely dry, and this is your dip armor. This is part A, B, C, and your reducer. So what you're going to do is take the part A and pour it into the mixing cup here. You have your measurements for everything. So we're going to go ahead and add part B. Part C, and your reducer. So once we get this poured in, we're gonna mix it up, put it in the gun, and spray it. And that's it right there. Let's go ahead and start mixing. Now we're not gonna need all of this, obviously, but since measuring cup, I'm gonna go ahead and mix the right ratio. And that's it. Let's get our gun. All right, get everything set up. So the 2 coats of dip armor are now on. You do 2 light coats back to back. There's no dry time in between. Once you're done spraying the first coat, you start with the next. As you can see, it really brings out the sparkle in the cosmic black. Very beautiful. The only thing that's gonna change is once it dries, it's going to be a satin finish. With dip armor, there is no gloss, there is no matte, it is straight up satin. So, probably about 2 hours or so, these are going to be completely dry to the touch, and they'll be ready. So we'll see here in just a little bit. But check that out. Very, very beautiful. But anyways, the parts have finally dried. The customer has picked up, and he absolutely loves them. So, once we get back to the shop tomorrow, we'll start on the next project. See you later. Oh yeah, definitely. So what's going on, Shane?
Another day in paradise.
Yeah.